Well, good evening, folks. It's the real Captain Kirk here. It's the 5th of November, Saturday night here. We're live from One Bethlehem Plaza here in downtown Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Don't forget tonight, we got a turn back, fall back here tonight. So you'll gain an hour of sleep actually. But again, hopefully this might be the last time we do this, at least for fall. Senate passed resolutions to end this nonsense. House is still undecided. Hopefully they can come together here next year and end this ever-changing clocks. Looking at last week's summer here, now the big scale here is maps versus last year on a retail calendar. So ending here tonight. Here in the U.S., it was a hot east, cold west, but 7.1 warmer than last year, warmest in 6 years, and third warmest in 37 years, so much above average temperatures. Wet, 57% wetter than last year, wettest in 4 years, 17th wettest in 37 years. I haven't said that in a long time. Snowfall way up, 154% more than last year, most in 3 years, but still 13th least in 37 years, below average. Hotspots are, again, up there in Canada, warmest in 4 years, fourth warmest in 37, UK, third warmest, Europe overall, number one warmest, so very warm across much of Northern Hemisphere. Cold spots are down under, Australia for their spring, and Brazil and Argentina, coldest, number one coldest in 37 years. Now, since that left are the trends versus average. Voting week here this week, again, in terms of doing the clock, and then the voting here on Tuesday, but this week overall, we're looking at a moving pattern here. The cold weather is going to definitely be shifting east. This week, again, with the split country here, warm east, cold west, 0.2 cooler than last year, coolest in 3 years, still 11th warmest in 37 years. So enjoy the spring-like weather here in the east. It's about to end as we get toward the coming weekend. Rainfall, 20% drier than last year, driest in 3 years, 15th driest in 37 years, so below average. Snowfall way up, 135% more than last year, 16th most in 37 years. Again, a lot of snow in the Sierras and the high Rocky Mountains here. Map inset bottom left there is the temps versus last year. So again, warm east, cold west. Don't forget to vote this election day here, 8 November, Tuesday. Weather looks pretty good here other than the west. A big storm off the California coast just dumping snow in the Sierras. They'll need it. They'll get some rain, much needed for the extreme drought that they're going through. Unfortunately, these systems are probably going to be a few and far between this winter for California. So they're going to go into probably another year of drought as we go into the spring season next year. It's probably end in the winter of next year as we get into more of an El Nino cycle. Much of the country, Great Lakes Northeast, are cool and dry under that high pressure for voting day. We'll have Tropical Storm Nicole, most likely off the Florida coast, Bahamas area. We'll see. Most of the models are in agreement that that's going to head toward Florida as we go into the middle part of next week. Right now, we've had about 13 named systems in the tropics, 16 systems overall. Looks like if we do get the next two, it'll be Nicole and Owen. Maybe a system well north east of Bermuda could become another system. And Nicole seems almost certain. All the models are pretty high agreement that it's going to take a system across Florida, or south central Florida, Miami, over toward maybe Tampa, and then maybe head up inland Appalachian Mountains. TBD on the exact track of this, but again, pretty much consensus. We will get a landfalling storm or hurricane here midweek. Snowfall here, we'll do the 6-day animation here. So here today in the northwest, and then you can see a big system that about to hit California here as we get to voting day. Tuesday, just probably a foot or two of snow in the Sierras. They'll take it, and then the system winding down Wednesday, Thursday. So the 6-day total over here, again, is a lot more than last year, 44% above average, 11th most in 37 years here for this 6-day total here. So again, uptick over last year, which had no snow for this week. Next week, definitely going to be buying some of your pantry loading things. You'll feel more like winter after this big heat wave here, and now cooling down nationwide. So week ending 19 November here. Looks like about 6.9 degrees colder than last year, coldest in 8 years, fifth coldest in 37 years. So almost wall-to-wall cold across the country here. So definitely going to be buying fire logs and pantry loading and hot cocoa coffee. All things we need to potentially weather winter, because this is definitely an early snap here. Precip 29% drier than last year, driest in 14 years, second driest in 37 years. Models continue to maybe underdo the precip amounts here. Again, Bureau's been famous that this year, just a little too dry at times. Looking at the world 2-week outlook here, week ending 19 November here, again, wall-to-wall warm across Europe, Russia, China. The cold spot is here in North America. So this, again, will be shifting east. The really warm will be giving way here this weekend and then continuing into next week. So pretty much cold across North America here for the middle part of November. With that, folks, we hope you have a great week, and we'll be back here again this time next week.